Welcome to the Buck Podcast, where we keep everything a buck. We're talking about church, street shit, crump, and everything in between. The whole goal of this podcast is to merge the streets with crump culture and bring people to Christ. As well as talk about relevant topics. So, a little introduction on your host. My name is Jihad, aka War. Been a crumper since I crashed. 6 months after I crashed, I decided to crump. When I crashed, I was actually in the club with my homeboys, and we was about to go get some girls, and we never got them. And all my friends to this day are terrified of my best friend because she yelled at everybody in the hospital. Like she tore them niggas a new one, and I was incapacitated at the time. I really couldn't move, so I couldn't save them. So they tell me about her. So let's see what's on today's topic. It's the first of the year. Well, not the first. It's first week of the year. Good thing for editing, cause way. Let's start with what crump is. Crump stands for Kingdom Radically Uplifting Mighty Praise. So on my research, I seen crump. It was in the church, black church. So it's rooted in Christ. Therefore, once again, it's Kingdom Radically Uplifting Mighty Praise. Crump is a spiritual praise dance. So this podcast, we're gonna be featuring new music. We're also gonna be featuring street music, doing interviews, street interviews. Like my whole goal of this podcast is to show people who like me, who once they lost a hobby, they got a new hobby, or they find themselves out. Because you can figure out who you are in crump, and crump is the only place where I've seen where you can have conflict and live. So there's gonna be a lot of ghetto conflict resolution. Also, I'm gonna teach you how to do it in church too. The book of Matthew tells you how to deal with conflict. So, my whole goal is, broadcast the word what crump is. I'm also Haitian, so I feel like I'm gonna be the crump ambassador for Haiti. There's a lot of conflict going on in Haiti. So if I could make a way to where people could solve their conflict without killing people, because you can have issues with people and they can still live. People got children, people got families, so it ain't really no reason to have a conflict with somebody and then take it to the extremes. Like growing up in the streets in the hood, you got beef with somebody, all it takes is one bad moment and you in the cell or you in a crown. So from what I've seen in crump, you can live. So why not try to save lives, the getaway? We got church and we got the streets. So crump is where conflict lives in the street. So a little bit about myself. It's 2026. Like I said, I've been crumping since 2017. 6 months right after my crash. I crashed at 3:16 a.m. Was it July? Was it June? Was it June? Was it June 17th or July 18th? It was the AM. All I know is I was supposed to get some ass that night. And I woke up with my car pancaked. So, yeah, six months after that, man, I was 6 months. My homeboy Flight introduced me to crump. I was hanging with some car guys, and we would like to dance. So we would race. Do a bunch of wild stuff legally, and then we'll go to the club. You turn up the parking lot, show off our whips, have music jumping, serve drinks. It was a good time. So me losing that, I was at a loss because my car was my form of therapy. So what Crump is Crump became my therapy, and yeah, my journey is a little bit different than most people's journey, but it was I'm still thankful for it. Um, I guess I gotta explain Crump. Um, the part of my journey is right now is Crump derives from street culture, from gang culture to be exact. It's a Bloods and Crips. This is the only spot where you can see Bloods and Crips in the same spot at a street level, and they ain't beefing. You got both flags up in a garage, the living room. They banging, twisting fingers, throwing up C's and all that shit. And it's all love because they ain't on that type of time because Crump was invented to save them. You feel me? So like in Crump, you can have a big homie. Me personally, where I'm from, fuck them niggas. I ain't trying to have no big homie just because of the weird shit I encountered. And that's not the same for any person around the globe because Crump is globally. You can have a big homie, but not for me personally. I didn't live that life. I didn't see what my city had to offer when it came to Crump. I still love my city. I still love Crump. When it come to that big homie shit, that shit dead. That shit played out, bro. Like you can. This is a good thing to be about Crump. It's a street, so you can do whatever the fuck you want to do. And in my part of my journey right now, I'm the big homie. So fuck any other nigga that don't. Here's the thing about Crump in this internet shit too is like you can edit and clip all that shit you want to, but when you on the street and you in a session, ain't no edits, ain't no clips. Every move count. That's why confidence is key. Background on war. So unfortunately, I did have a whole ass big homie. When I came into Crump, uh, like I said, my first teachers were Donald and Dobby, and then the main OGs in Ohio were Donald, Paris, and Paul. Paul is Moody. Donald is Stereo and Ice. And Paris, I don't know what the fuck that nigga is. He's something. I don't even know that nigga still around. I don't see him. I don't see that nigga. But yeah. So like the biggest family was a move. So I was like, all right, let me try to be a move. And the reason I say fuck the big homie shit is they got these rules and this shit always changing. There's secret conversations, and how they teach your little homies is, some might get some information, other one don't, and you in the session, in the battle, like, no, fuck, you ain't teach me that. We in the same group chat. So like, for me personally, it ain't worth it. I'd rather whoever watching this podcast find a fam if you want a fam, or just do your research and watch these movies, and then watch Rise, or watch YouTube. On my YouTube, you can look at who I'm subscribed to, and you can just go through there and get all the footage you need. But do your research before you hop on the fam. So halfway through this podcast, we gonna do a little dancing segment. Late to like some new music, maybe Crump, or we're gonna do both because we merging Crump and street shit, because you can dance to both. That's how I got better, because yeah, I listen to both sides of the music, and both music gives you a different energy. So if you can master both, you'll be good. Because you can go to an all-star competition. They ain't gonna play no Crump music. Crump music is fucking nuts, nigga. Like, if it ain't got no rapping on it, like you in a dance battle, like breaking beat sound. I don't even know niggas can listen to breaking beats either. All dance music, if it ain't got no lyrics, too kind of crazy. So listen to both. So we gonna feature some products I fuck with only. I ain't even really ran on that. I don't know if YouTube allow you to cuss, but I don't really give a fuck. I don't. Um, we gonna feature products. We also gonna do some sneakers. My homeboy, he loves shoes, so we're gonna do a segment on the latest shoe, and that's just gonna be him. And then he can do whatever he want from there. Let's see what all these topics we done covered so far. The Buck Podcast, we keep it real, keep it a buck. We don't keep chapstick. I'm so funny. Shit. Interviews, yeah. Like I said, we're gonna interview some people. We're gonna keep it a buck though. Church spotlights. See, I'm gonna highlight these churches because you know what? Crump needs church, and you need to spot the session. All my sessions, all the good ones, the fun ones, when they ain't been in the street, they been in church. And, we done prayed in and then we prayed out. You know, like like me coming up. Let me be real with you. When I came into Crump, I didn't give a fuck about God, as I had lost my car. I lost the thing that was keeping me sane. And them niggas spotted me out, bro. It was kind of bullying them, to tell you the fucking truth. Shit, nigga. Like, nigga, you believe this woman? She was like, you don't believe in God? I was like, nah, not really. She's like, what you believe in? Getting money, nigga. Fuck, street nigga. Like, nigga, but the way I came into Crump was I was always in a different whip. I was always in something fresh. And so, like, and I was always hustling. So, like, that's all I had to go off at that point because I was trying to get back to building my cars because I'm a car nigga at heart. I had to build these whips. I had to look fire. And I say my first whip from Beamer on BBS's. Like, was not playing no games. So, I merged that into my Crump, and they see that Crump is the spiritual there. So, you got to be spiritual at the same time. So, little background on your host. Like I said, I used to be a mood. I lost my name at the B4E. Like niggas was talking crazy to me. I was like, bro, you talking so wild, I'll take your name. And we battled. And I battled 12, 13 rounds. And I gave it my all. So I'm like, I will say this one. I was the last one standing. Like, I ain't going out without a fight. So all that tough talk, you could do that in Crump, but you better be able to back it up. And me backing up was not giving up. After that, I had a love and hate relationship with Crump, because that was 2020. I lost my name at the B4E in 2020. And here's why I don't fuck with this nigga, bro. He say you bad, you suck, or whatever, or you need to work harder. Put my money where my mouth is all the time. You feel me? So I'm like, all right, bet I'll pay you for a month. You feel me? And you teach me what I need to do. Couldn't keep the schedule for that. So I was like, all right, boom. Then I said, fuck it, I'm gonna dance for a month straight, and I'ma just tell me when it's ready to battle. We battle, you feel me? He said, all right, boom, you got your name back. I'm supposed to get put on, you feel me? So I'm like, all right, cool, sure I ain't supposed to get put on. He going back, and then 2 weeks later, he just dropped me through text. Some hoe ass shit. That's a female character, bro. And then every time you see me at the session, oh man, I want you to be back part of the fam. We gotta do. He suck my dick, nigga. Like, the fuck is you talking about? Like, there's a real shit like that. I don't deal with that lukewarm, halfway, wishy-washy shit. Either you is or you isn't, bro. So like, throughout them 4 years, when I was finding myself through Crump, I was still dancing, but I hated to dance because it became a part of me. Like, I'd just be chilling, just boom. And then the person I was with at the time was like, if you hate it so much, why don't you stop? I was like, I couldn't stop because it was a part of me. But like, my experience with a big homie and the community, you won't get to the community next podcast. Y'all some fuck niggas, except for a few. But the experience with the community wasn't a fun one. It was a good one because it was like you get keeping information. You and like you can't make up your own rules as you go. You feel me? It's like easy, especially if you got like a big organization. You gotta put like a memo, a fucking text message, fucking share a note, do something. To the point where like you get to these battles and these sessions and like, motherfucker, that nigga's acting different. Who taught him? Why do I know what he know? You feel me? And then come to find out you've been lapping up this little nigga for a special event. But like when you playing favoritism, nigga, what's that about? Like, niggas hoes, bro. Niggas hoes. So like, you know what I mean? So throughout the 4 years, I learned who I am and what I wanted to be in crop, and I refused to have another big homie. Right? And fortunately, I call myself the big homie, and I don't want to be the big homie. So I'm not. I'm the big homie of me. I run me. I don't run nobody else. Fuck is you talking about? So yeah, that's my experience in crunk. When I came back on some. It's a whole different type of time, and actually enjoyed the dance. Dance is fun for me. We're gonna do a clip of some dance right now. Fortunately, I don't have access to my Bandcamp, so it's some Pimp C shit. We're gonna feature these events, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put what events happen in chronological order. Make sure I tag everybody so the new crumpers that's coming in can go out there and get the gist of what's going on. You know, and you ain't really gotta be tough to be in crump, cause I ain't start off tough. I ain't start off with tattoos. I had to find myself. I started off with an arm that really ain't work. This shit go all the way fucking up. But I needed to do something. I was skinny as fuck, man. I was like 99 pounds. Like I was buff before the accident, and then 6 months not moving and in therapy and not moving your whole body, I dropped all that fucking weight to the point where I could put like this finger all the way down to my elbow, like this little hole. Just imagine that, arms are skinny. Like, good thing about the internet is you can't hide from it. So you can go down my bio, War Xroad, WARXROAD, and you can see how I come. Like, I ain't no tough nigga. Like, bro, tell you the truth, I was on some bitch shit, nigga. Like, I was trying to find myself. I ain't never be the toughest, the strongest. No, I just kept it real. So we're gonna keep it real. We're gonna keep it a buck. See you next week.